Founded in 1841 and named for Dr. Joseph Caldwell, the former president of the University of North Carolina, Caldwell County's population today is 82,029, according to the most recent U.S. Census. Encompassing 470 square miles, our county is home to beautiful mountain vistas, rolling foothills, and scenic rivers. Caldwell County has long been known as a center for manufacturing and has more recently become home to a number of high-technology, pharmaceutical, and food processing companies. With Caldwell County's rich heritage and promising future in mind, our citizens, elected commissioners, and the Caldwell County Planning Department came together to discuss the many different pathways to achieve long-term prosperity and growth. The Caldwell County Comprehensive Plan is the result of those discussions. The Caldwell County Comprehensive Plan is a policy document that will help guide the county's growth and development over the next 20 to 30 years. The plan provides a vision of how the county should look in the future and clearly defines the steps that should be taken in order to realize that vision. The plan identifies areas where investment should occur, as well as what type of growth should be encouraged in which areas. It establishes a roadmap for how the county should change and how the county should remain unchanged. According to North Carolina General Statute, every local government must base their zoning decisions on long-range plans which describe policies for land use and growth management issues. These decisions range from rezoning decisions to transportation regulations to policies governing the use and subdivision of land. Caldwell County will experience significant change, primarily due to the widening of Highway 321 and the county's proximity to Hickory, the Catawba River, and Interstate 40. The Caldwell County Commissioners and the Caldwell County Planning Department set the creation of this plan in motion by partnering with the Western Piedmont Council of Governments to assist in its development. Public input is a critical part of the planning process. Several meetings were held to provide opportunities for citizen involvement in the development of this plan. Early in the process, 4 public meetings were held to gather citizen input. These public input meetings were held at 3 county high schools and Happy Valley School in February and March of 2019. At each meeting, participants were asked to list the assets of the county and their concerns and visions for the county's future. There were approximately 65 citizens in attendance. Results from the 4 public meetings listed above are provided in Appendix A of the plan. An online public survey was also conducted to gather additional public comment. The result of the public survey are provided in Appendix B of the plan. Near the conclusion of the planning process, a final public meeting was held at Caldwell County Health and Human Services to provide citizens with the opportunity to evaluate whether the draft plan reflected their concerns and interest. At the final public meeting, citizens reviewed the maps and recommendations in the draft plan and provided additional input. The Caldwell County Advisory Committee was presented the draft plan on October 24, 2019. There was a unanimous decision to approve the document and to send a recommendation for approval of the draft plan to the county commissioners. The plan, after being reviewed by the county commissioners, was approved on January 6, 2020. The Caldwell County Plan was developed by the Caldwell County Advisory Committee, a 10-person group consisting of planning board members, county commissioners, county planning staff, and interested citizens. The committee conducted a year-long community outreach, education, discussion, and strategic thinking process, which resulted in the creation of this plan. The geographic area affected by the land use recommendations in the plan include land located within the county's borders, which is outside the municipal limits and extraterritorial jurisdiction of any town or city. The plan includes a demographics chapter that includes information on population, race and age, income, poverty, employment, education, and housing. Data is obtained by the Western Piedmont Council of Governments Data Center from the U.S. Census Bureau and the NC Labor and Economics Division and other sources. The need for improved connectivity and the creation of a transportation network that includes all modes of transportation are key topics in the plan. This chapter analyzes the goals and future vision of the Caldwell County Transportation Network. NCDOT's policies help determine which improvements are made to existing roadways and also set standards for future projects. NCDOT's policies require that streets be planned, designed, operated, and maintained to enable safe, convenient, and comfortable travel and access for users of all ages and abilities, regardless of their mode of transportation. Improvements are generally planned to occur in conjunction with new roadways, development, and redevelopment. Caldwell County thoroughfares that are recommended for improvements are included in the 2045 Metropolitan Transportation Plan and the Comprehensive Transportation Plan, which were jointly adopted in July 2018 by the Greater Hickory Metropolitan Planning Organization. This map shows roadway projects that are included in the 2045 Metropolitan Transportation Plan, which have been funded by the North Carolina Department of Transportation. Through its work with the Greater Hickory Metropolitan Planning Organization, Caldwell County and the North Carolina Department of Transportation determine which roadway projects receive prioritization based on available funding. This map shows potential projects that are included in the 2045 Metropolitan Transportation Plan. These projects have not received funding from the North Carolina Department of Transportation. The CTP map includes several potential major and minor roadway improvements. Both the MTP map and the CTP map and the projects shown on each map are described in greater detail in the Caldwell County Comprehensive Plan. Among other recommendations for transportation, the plan contains recommendations for pedestrian and bicycle facilities. The Western Piedmont Bicycle Plan, adopted in 2016, identifies high, medium, and low priority bicycle routes identified by local governments in the four-county region. Caldwell County has several high, medium, and low priority segments. Roadways that need safety improvements are recommended to be modernized. Modernization can include safety improvements like realigning sharp curves and turns, as well as adding turn lanes, shoulders, and rumble strips. The type of modernization is contingent upon roadway needs. Conley Springs Road has been funded for roadway modernization. The plan contains conceptual renderings that illustrate possible changes the modernization process could include. Fire protection in Caldwell County is provided by both paid and volunteer firefighters. There are 15 fire departments placed throughout the county in incorporated areas. The Caldwell County Sheriff's Department handles the law enforcement and correctional facility needs for the county. Caldwell County provides several other public services, including Caldwell County Building Inspections and the Environmental Health Department. These entities ensure that the appropriate standards are followed in new and existing residential, commercial, and industrial developments. The county has also adopted ordinances, which are enforced by the Caldwell County Planning Department, that control issues such as junk vehicles. The Caldwell County school system includes 6 high schools, 3 traditional high schools, an alternative school, and 2 innovative high schools located on the campus of Caldwell Community College and Technical Institute. Students are enrolled in 12 elementary schools, 4 middle schools serving grades 6 through 8, and 4 K-8 schools. There are several institutions of higher education in the area that provide excellent opportunities for advanced learning. Caldwell Community College and Technical Institute, Catawba Valley Community College, Western Piedmont Community College, Appalachian State University, and Lenoir-Rhyne University. Caldwell County provides water services to its citizens through a distribution network that consists of 3 separate water systems. The North System in the US 321 North Patterson area, the West System in Gamewell-Collicksville area, and the Southeast System in the Kings Creek, Oak Hill, Dudley Shoals, Grace Chapel area. In total, this water system consists of more than 350 miles of water mains and provides service to a significant portion of the county. Other water systems in the county include the City of Lenoir, the Town of Granite Falls, and the Baton Water Corporation. Lake Roadhiss is the water supply for the county. The Caldwell County Community Facilities map shows the location of fire stations, law enforcement locations, the hospital, the public health department, public libraries, schools, and the community college. Resources and services recommendations in the plan include prioritization of code enforcement issues and staff considerations, recommendations of areas for water line extension and working with municipalities on sewer extensions, and education and outreach for the county's public safety and emergency services, including finding new ways to attract fire department volunteers. Caldwell County's natural beauty provides a perfect setting for a casual walk, a long bike ride, or a challenging hike. Recreation opportunities throughout the county provide citizens and visitors alike with a chance to view one of the many rivers found throughout the county. The purpose of this section is to establish priorities for recreation development in Caldwell County over the next 10 years. This includes community parks, greenways, blueways, and public lands. Projected increases in residential development throughout the county will likely lead to further citizen demand for recreational activities and facilities in the future. While it is important that we consider the availability of recreation facilities based on current needs and the projected increase in population, the development of recreational facilities is also a major tool that can be used to stimulate economic development and tourism. The plan highlights all of the current recreational opportunities in the county, including the Over-Mountain Victory Trail, existing greenways, Western Piedmont Bike Plan recommendations, boating access areas, and Caldwell County walking areas. Also included are managed areas, including Pisgah National Forest, natural preserves, registered heritage areas, properties under conservation easement, and properties under federal, state, and local government ownership. Parks and recreation recommendations include planning for, obtaining grants and funding, and future staffing possibilities for the county's community parks, as well as exploring the possibility of a multifunctional sports complex. The plan also recommends the acquisition of land for passive parks like greenway facilities, hiking trails, or kayaking. Natural topography features and environmental characteristics strongly influence human settlement patterns. For example, flat terrain may lead to the development of agriculture, residential, and industrial land, while low-lying areas subject to flooding might be developed into recreational fields or be used for agricultural purposes. This section of the plan evaluates the county's existing natural and cultural characteristics and its built environment. The chapter also examines the environmental factors related to land use planning, including watershed and floodplain development, conservation easement, land donations, natural heritage areas, wildlife habitat, and water quality, as well as historic register data. The majority of Caldwell County is in the drainage area for the Catawba River watershed. Most of the county's streams and creeks drain into the Catawba River, which then drains into Lake Roadhiss and into the Catawba River Basin. A portion of the planning jurisdiction of Caldwell County is subject to the water supply watershed, which requires more stringent development regulations. Floodplain regulations are another example of locally enforced, state-mandated laws. Both the county and the state have an interest in discouraging development in the floodplain for public safety reasons. In Caldwell, floodplain areas can be found primarily along major waterways. According to the State Historic Preservation Office, there are 34 sites in Caldwell County that are either listed in the National Register, have been determined eligible, or are on the study list. The plan illustrates where those places are located and indicates their description and status for placement on the National Register. The plan recommends that the county work to conserve natural resources through regulation or incentives, as well as working with the Foothills Conservancy on projects that conserve areas of ecological or recreational importance, and that historic structures that are listed on the National Register of Historic Places are protected if possible. A primary goal of this plan is to evaluate the county's overall economic climate by examining local economic trends while also assessing other key aspects that contribute to its economic success, such as infrastructure, commercial industrial building stock, land use, zoning, transportation, and environment. In doing so, the plan can help address the community's overall goal of strengthening and diversifying its industrial, manufacturing, commercial, and retail sectors. The Economic Development and Tourism chapter discussed new and existing industries, the proximity of the county to other areas of high economic development, effects of Highway 321 widening project, economic opportunity zones, and the housing study recently commissioned by Caldwell County. This next section of the plan discusses the proximity of many major economic centers to Caldwell County. Transportation corridors that are within proximity or within the county include Interstate 40, Interstate 77, U.S. Highway 64, NC Highway 18, NC Highway 90, NC Highway 268, and Highway 321. The Opportunity Zone program provides tax incentives for qualified investors to reinvest unrealized capital gains into low-income communities throughout the United States. 4 Opportunity Zones were approved in Caldwell County. The plan contains several strategies for economic development, including marketing the county as a destination, creating amenities for residents and to attract visitors, and to continue to inventory available properties for businesses and investors. The core component of the Caldwell County Comprehensive Plan is land use. Effective land use planning determines where certain land uses, such as residential, commercial, and industrial development, are appropriate. The plan also provides specific directives for land development design that ensures water quality, environmental health, and the preservation of community character. The Land Use section and Growth Management chapter is the most important chapter of the plan. The manner in which the land is currently being used, the availability of land which is suitable for future development or redevelopment, and Caldwell County's land use regulations each play a part in determining which type of land use will occur in which area in the future. Caldwell County has planning jurisdiction over the areas that are not within municipal limits or municipal extraterritorial jurisdictions, or ETJs, which consist of approximately 247,000 acres. Land use in Caldwell County's planning jurisdiction is predominantly zoned for residential purposes. There are 5 non-residential zoning districts established in the county zoning ordinance. These districts provide suitable locations for commercial activities. Additionally, Caldwell County currently has 3 overlay districts that are used for conservation purposes and a planned unit development district, which allows for the diversification of land uses within a unified site plan. A land use survey of all properties in the Caldwell County planning area was completed in 2019. Land uses were categorized according to the following primary uses: residential, institutional or office, commercial, industrial or warehouse, open space or park, agricultural or undeveloped. This survey of land allows for the ability to make better decisions regarding future land use in the county. The chapter also includes information on development within the county from 2010 to 2018. Residential development in Caldwell County has primarily been clustered within municipal boundaries and extraterritorial jurisdictions, or ETJs. However, there have been clusters of development surrounding Lake Hickory, Lake Road Hiss, and the Coves planned unit development in the Connelly area. New non-residential development has primarily occurred along Highway 321. An analysis of existing land use, zoning, recent development patterns, subdivision density, traffic counts, public comment, and surveys was performed to identify areas within Caldwell County's planning jurisdiction that are potentially posed for future growth. The future land use map was developed to guide zoning and development decisions and serve as reflection of the county's comprehensive land use vision. Caldwell County planning staff, the planning board, and county commissioners rely on the future land use map to guide policy decisions related to zoning, watershed regulations, and infrastructure needs. To encourage a more centralized development pattern and to provide more opportunities for single-family and multifamily housing, commercial and industrial development, the future land use map establishes 5 types of land use nodes at key intersections through the county. These nodes were determined using existing land use, zoning districts, recent development, subdivision density, traffic counts, water availability, and public input. The 5 types of nodes include countryside, crossroads, village neighborhood, commercial corridor, and industrial center. The type of node indicates the development intensity in the area. Areas that do not contain a node are to remain residential in nature. The boundaries of these nodes are not strictly defined. Land use decisions for the nodes may be based on the type of development proposed and the impact that it would have on the community in relation to the characteristic of the node. The countryside node provides low-density housing and basic services to residents while preserving and conserving agricultural land, rural heritage, and conservation areas. They are largely characterized by agriculture, undeveloped, or conserved land. Countryside nodes are located in the outer edges of the county. They exist to provide residents far from commercial areas with possible locations for goods and services. The Crossroad Node encourages commercial and civic activity at key intersections within rural areas to serve rural population commercial needs and is characterized by neighborhood businesses at corners of the intersection. Crossroad nodes are closer in to the community areas of the county and are located on roads and intersections more traveled. Village neighborhood nodes support residential, commercial, and civic development within areas considered to be community or neighborhood centers outside of incorporated areas and are characterized by an identifiable community center with a variety of commercial, retail, and civic services. Village neighborhood nodes are located in already established small communities within the county. Commercial corridor nodes provides primarily commercial development along established transportation corridors with large traffic volumes and is largely characterized by a variety of commercial and retail services. Commercial corridor nodes are located along major thoroughfares including Highway 321, Highway 268, and Highway 64. Industrial center nodes designate areas for industrial campuses and parks or for mining of natural resources. Industrial center nodes are located in areas of existing industrial development or have access to major highways. The plan recommends a Highway 321 overlay district. In a public input survey, 83% of participants stated that they would be in favor of requiring new businesses along Highway 321 corridor to meet reasonable design standards that could include landscaping, building material, parking, signage, and setbacks. As a response to this input, the future land use map illustrates recommended areas for the adoption of Highway 321 Overlay District. If adopted, the requirement of the Overlay District would only apply to new development. The plan provides conceptual renderings that illustrate what those overlaid development requirements could look like. The plan also recommends improving gateways into the county. The plan provides conceptual renderings that illustrate what gateway development in conjunction with Highway 321 widening project could look like. This rendering shows a possible gateway at the Highway 321 and Grace Chapel Flyway Bridge, which includes a stone facade and sculptural elements incorporated into its design. In addition, signage informs drivers that they are entering Caldwell County. This rendering depicts a potential gateway entrance that includes a bridge sculpture, a stone facade on the bridge, and a conceptual shared-use path that connects to the City of Hickory's Riverwalk City Walk. The path would also continue to MDI and potentially to the Rivercrest Shopping Center. County Commissioners, Planning Board, and staff can use the comprehensive plan as a guide for developing regulations, deciding rezoning cases, developing capital improvement plans, applying for grants, developing its transportation network, extending water and sewer infrastructure, amending its zoning ordinance, drafting its budget, and planning for parks and recreation. By following this plan, Caldwell County will continue to create the conditions that encourage orderly growth and economic development well into the future. To read the plan in its entirety, please visit WPCOG.org/comprehensive plans, and then click the tab that says Caldwell County Comprehensive Plan Adopted.